Well, here's a picture of the engine. If you hear the engine, it sounds much quieter than it has in the past. And even though the car sat for nearly 3 years after the inspection sticker ran out, because it was inspected till April 30th, 2013, and I drove it up until that last day, and then I brought it up to work to leave it in the corner in the yard, so that way eventually I could work on it. And of course I wound up leaving it go for so long because I was so busy with work, you know, on a daily basis, that I never got time. But I wound up buying a new bumper, which you see here in the front of the picture. The headlamp on the right side was the original. The one on the left was the one from Al's Auto, from a salvaged vehicle after the car was hit. But I had taken both headlamps off recently and had reconditioned them from a video that I watched on YouTube to clear the oxidation and the yellowness off of them, which made a big improvement. And the grill's still intact, so that's back on. And as you could, well, you can't really see that well, but I'll try to get in there. See where them blue wires go down to the bottom there? Right below that's the right side valve cover. That side was replaced. And then over here where the battery sits, where them blue wires are going down, is the left side valve cover, which was replaced. And since then it's been quieter in the engine, and there's no oil leakage. Now we'll take a look from the side here, and I put the new fender on already because I just want to kind of get this car, you know, sped up to where I can do the enhanced inspection, and then it has to have the regular inspection. The enhanced inspection allows them to, you know, look at it to make sure that it's in a safe condition. You know, a much more, you know, it's a much more serious inspection than your basic yearly inspection. They have to make sure, determine that there's nothing that's going to allow the car to wind up crashing in something, which, you know, I already had a mechanic look at it probably 4 months before it was even due for inspection, and they said that I should be fine. But of course the guy's insurance company decided to total it because it was going to cost, what, like well over $3,000 for the amount of so-called damage that they claim, which I wound up spending between the front bumper, the fender, probably like about $300 in parts. But yeah, I want to say the front bumper was like a 109 and the fender was 49. So it didn't even cost that much. The only other reason why, because I had to buy like new snaps because they were all plastic, they all cracked. And as you can see, you know, the car is old looking. I mean, the paint around the mirror is starting to peel. Of course, the plastic on cars is not the greatest thing to paint. They should really leave that alone. But other than that, it's not that bad. I mean, as you can see, like near the rear tail lamp, somebody had sideswiped it when it was parked at the Giant Food Store in Montgomeryville, and there's a little bit of bubble rust right towards the rear where the bumper meets the wheel well. And then as you can hear, right past the left wheel here, you can hear the exhaust where it connects. And here's a new actually a new muffler that I bought, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to just hold on to that because what I'm going to do is cut this part, this oval shaped part, off the end of the muffler pipe, and then the other pipe that comes back to that, cut that off, and I'm going to put a special adapter over top of the two pipes, and then over top of the two pipes, and then clamp it on each end. So then that will eliminate the exhaust leak. And I'll take a look inside so you can see there is no check engine. The red light is because the door's open, and I'll show you that. But yeah, never had the check engine light on except for maybe 2 times in the time I've had the car, since January of '99, and now it's 2017. The most recent light that was on was the check oil light because the sensor switch was bad. I tested that, determined it was bad, bought a new one, took the old one off, put the new one on, all good. And I put the heat on actually tonight because it's saying it's 60 degrees but feels more like 45 or 50. And you know, the seats are good. They're not, I mean, they're beat up, but especially the driver's seat, because I've driven this down to Louisiana twice, so over the years, to see my sister, and you know, seats do wear out, but they hold up better than most of these new cars. But yeah, so things are coming along pretty well. I mean, I still would like to paint this fender down the road, but the place I found online to get the paint could be 2 to 3 weeks before I could actually get it. So, and I really want to get this car as quickly as possible, able to be back actually driving it, because I'm going to try to go back to doing a job on my own. But that's the 95 Subaru. Oh, and the other thing is this wheel keeps going down for some reason. I'm not sure why. We took it off, me and one of the mechanics here at Al's, and he cleaned it all up, because aluminum wheels get oxidated. But he cleaned it up and resealed it, but he says it's most likely the valve is bad, even though it was new valves that were put on back in, I believe, all 4 new tires were put on back in 2010 or 11, I believe it was. It was like right before I got hit. I had new tires and new struts put on all 4 wheels. That probably cost me, between the wheels and the struts, probably $1,000. But yeah, let's try to zoom in a little bit on this lights. As you can see, they're not all yellowy. Before they were like so hazed up, they're almost like completely white and yellow. Now you can see they're clear. And I had checked online, well, of course I asked here at Al's to see how much new headlamps would be, and they gave me a price of like near $300. I found them online for like $225, $250, which is still high. I mean, that's a pair. But these will do fine for now. I mean, but yeah, big difference in you know, what the car was like, say, 3 years ago. I mean, but no more oil leaking, so that's a plus. Same as the silver one that's over here. I did the valve cover gasket set on that one, and there's no more oil leak on that one. Of course, the headlamps on there look much nicer because they're brand new. I bought them for a pair for 50 bucks. 25 a piece they were. So, and that car's not bad. I mean, inside, outside is pretty decent. I'd taken off the fog lamps because they were real oxidated, and I haven't had a chance yet to put them back on, but I might do the same thing I did with these headlamps, which was different than a kit. It was like a 3 different sandpaper process, and then clean them and then spray clear gloss on them. It's supposed to last longer. But as you can hear, the engine runs nice and smooth. Now my next step is also, come this weekend, I already ordered them, rear brake calipers on both the rear left and the rear right. They were so rusted, the things broke off on them. So I just figured I could get them pretty decent priced and then just replace them, so that way that's done. And right before the car was hit, I put new front rotors and pads and new pads on the back. So you know, we'll see how it goes. Then I'm gonna get, eventually I want to get the whole car washed. Maybe get some kind of special degreaser and do the engine, and then also scrub down the body as well as I can get it. But that's that.